Welcome to the 5-point series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 3rd of August 1958, which is about just over a month on from the end of the last video. So not much has happened in the actual normal gameplay, but there's been a few changes up there which I'll talk about in a little while. Now in this part I want to do three things. First thing is I want to monitor my harvest here, because we're on the 5th of August, or the 3rd of August, sorry. And you can see we're just getting to the point now where we're going to harvest. In fact, there's our first combine going out to start on our fields. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this a harvest is going to work. So if I show you the fertility, I know you can't see it that well. We've got a field here with 51, 150%, 150%. We've got these fields which were sown very late at 50%. So even if we can harvest from here, we're only going to get 150 tons of crops from here. We've got 150% there. So I'm just going to be very interested to see what types of harvest we get, whether if we leave these crops still growing, whether that's going to improve the fertility. And more importantly, what's going to happen to these fields of 150% this time round. So that's the first thing I want to do. The second thing is I want to keep moving on and building up my construction industry here, because I think the more self-sufficient we can become in construction capability, the better things will actually be. What we got here, this is the truck moving mixed waste from the bioplant. so we're very much going to have a focus on that. And then what I would like to do also, which is the reason for the preparation up in this area, is I want to start planning our new town, because as our remit, according to the storyline, is we're supposed to have started building the town by 1960. So we've only got 2 years to go. And the Central Committee is not going to be particularly that happy with us if we don't. And what you can see here is I've started to lay out the main grid. And you can see I've had a couple of attempts. I put a roundabout here. And what I'm thinking is that this is going to be our town centre, with a kind of road leading up to the cathedral. The road that was around the cathedral I've removed and replaced with a footpath. The other change I've done here is I brought the road down here, and what I've done is built a kind of one-way slip access junction here, which means that vehicles coming up here can go off this branch and go into the town, and vehicles in the town that say they want to go down there can come out here and go that way. But there's no back curve to go that way, because we've got this junction here ready to go, which is the one-way junction here. Also, I got a bit carried away here because I was trying to think of the long term of development. And of course, we've got oil up here, but it's underwater. So I thought what I really needed here was a major motorway interchange, so that we can send the traffic that way and that way. And here I actually had to build it myself. The reason for that is, if I show you here, we got a bit of a slope and the cloning tool wouldn't let me put it down. So what I did is I built it, and this is why this one's out a little bit further. And then what we've got is a road here. I'm not exactly sure why that is. I don't know, it's got a bit of a banana curve on it, but I think we can live with that. So what I've done is I've kind of laid this grid out so that we can get things done and say this is going to be the town centre. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to accept that now. I left it in template mode so you guys could see it. I've also put the contours on just to kind of explain a bit more about the way we're going to lay out. This is the flatter area, and then we've got a bit of a curve here. So we can't really put big houses here, because then we're going to get uneven territory, and I don't want to level. We've got another little bit of a patch here, which I'm kind of thinking might be industry in this direction, because that's going to be close to the motorway exchange. So what we're talking about is pushing the industry out here, possibly some farming as well. And if I turn this off, and before we get into anything serious, I just want to talk a little bit about the overall strategy. What I'm thinking is we're going to need coal and at least the basic steel industry, and I think I want to go this direction. Now it's a little distance away, so we're going to have to think seriously about it, because we've got potential coal mine up here. See if I can find it. Yeah, we got a coal mine in about here. Now, this isn't really going to be enough for a major industry, but I think we can get enough coal in this area to be a 35%. I think we're just drop you in there, and we've got 14% here, 15% there. I don't think, because the person who made this map, i.e. me, I kind of only put enough in some of these areas so that you've got enough for only one mine. It's 10%. So it looks like we've only got the equivalent of one mine with a 35% production. And then if I click on the iron, let me just get this really big. I think we may have enough for one small iron mine. Again, it's going to be 26%, 28%. Let me just see. So we're not going to get 25% there. There's nothing really here. Again, it's so we're probably looking at the best we're going to get is say around 27%. Again, it's not going to be much with respect to a major industry, but it should be enough to get us going. Now, one of my major thrusts for expansion is going to be this way, because we've got a little bit of oil up here, and more importantly, we've got this custom shed. So I think this is going to be the main direction of our railway, because if the railway comes down past where we put the coal mine, that will give us a way to distribute some coal and some steel around the map. So that's the idea anyway. So that out the way, I think we can just push the game speed up a little bit. We've now finished the gravel. We've got some workers in here. So what I want to do is move these guys, because we've got to do a bit of maintenance before we can come into here. And I want to get my 2 construction officers picking up the gravel now. Now, there's 2 reasons for doing this. The first one is quite simply the fact that we've that will reduce the pressure on this area with loads and loads of dumper trucks when we go down here. I want to get that built now. I think I need to get this next step we need to build is this. Now, I'm not going to load up too many jobs at once, simply because what we got, we can see the money's still a bit tight. So at the moment, I just want to expand fairly gently. We could probably, how much resource is this? 8.2. I think we're get some groundworks done on this. I'm not sure. Does conveyors need gravel? No, they just need mech components. Concrete, only 1.1 tons of gravel, 0.572. I think we can build. I'm just going to build all of it actually, so that we can get this going. Our next target after that will be bitumen. We've got a distribution office here we're going to need to get into line. That reminds me, what I need to do now is we're going to move this over. And what we're looking for is, where is it? There's copy tasks from one building to another, because what I want to do is get rid of this free, and we're going to transfer over there. And so what you see now is all the tasks are in here. And we're going to change all the vehicles over to there as well. And what that will mean is, oh, why have we got this guy here? What are you? You're okay. You can go to there. Right, we just completed our research, and we can now demolish this and this. We don't need this in this area. That means we can now clear up our roads, although we're going to need to get rid of the gas station here. Okay. what I want here is a gas station here. So we're going to drop you in there on a fairly long road, because we may get traffic jams here. That gas station we'll do is take over that. In fact, I think no, I'm going to keep control of the roads that are being built at the moment. What I do want is that built, and I do want to start pushing out this way. Build those, because there's no point planning out here if we don't get the road set to go out there. So, and we're only using gravel. I think these are gravel roads at the moment. Once we've got the asphalt plant going, then we'll start upgrading to asphalt as well. So that's free. Right, research. I'm pretty sure the research we were doing is firefighting, and I want to keep that theme going for a little while, because when we start building out this way, we'll do it. I think I have fire prevention industry first. I think the reason for that is that we really want to go out, make sure that we've got the fire coverage out here. I'm going to get rid of all those messages. So I think let's just check. Yeah, so we've got a flow now of trucks coming in and out of here. Not do I really see? Yeah, well, we got 175 tons of gravel at the moment, so I think at the moment I don't think we need to go put anything more into that just at the moment. I just want to check. Yeah, that it may not. Don't think that will come under the. So what we may have to do is we may have to bring that substation online, but there's no rush for that. Now, the next thing, I was looking at this just before I started. We've now got the meat locker sorted out. So what I want is I need to find the truck that picks up the meat from here. I think it's this one. This is the one that does the export. Okay. Right, we're going to change you. We're going to remove you. I'm going to put you in there, unload, and set you to 0. Right, so what you're going to, that means what you're going to do is put all the meat in there. I think this is the one that picks up from the hunting hut. So I want you pick up the meat from here, and then we'll stop you not loading there. I think, where's the second hunting hut? Oh, okay, I didn't set it to pick up, so means this one is, or it's this one here, isn't it? Is hey, what? Who was picking up you? Your food and clothes. Just want to double check this, make sure. Okay. 5.3. So what we've got now is this here. And what I really want now is a way to export meat from here. We've got a bit of space here for the moment. This one's already full because this is the one that's doing the other exports. I think what we'll do is we'll just slip in a refrigeration truck here. Right, what I'm looking for is something with a bit of speed and a bit of carry capacity. That's 65 cheap and cheerful would be quite nice. Let's do capacity. I'm looking for something that's can export, say, about 4 tons of meat or something like that at a reasonable amount of speed. That's 60 kilometers now. That's 65. That's 69. I don't really want these big ones. One, because they're slightly expensive. Nope. Maybe. Oh yeah, we got. That's 60. That's 5 tons. I think we're going to buy you. And then what you're going to do is just let the game run. You're going to cut meat here. Now this is, I think we're going to set that at 10%. That means we'll leave 7.5 tons in here. This truck is got less, so it'll always leave some stuff still in the custom shed. No, I don't want to export fuel. I want to export meat. So what will happen is that when this reaches 7.5 tons, oops, eventually, that will go into that way. Yeah, hopefully that is going to work. Just double check. Apologies for being ultra cautious, but I really want to get as cautious as possible. Yeah, we're gonna have to start thinking about our road signs as well. The other thing I want to check as well before we do anything is building wear and tear. Whole map. Okay, we're only at 20%. Vehicles, we've got 31% in vehicles, so I think we've got a couple of years before we need to do anything else in that department. So hopefully things should start looking after themselves now. We are getting some crops into here, and our trucks are picking up the fuel, which is good. We're doing okay. So up here, let's say what I want is this to be the hub, and this is going to be a fairly large town. So what we're going to need to do is put in our various bits and pieces here, and what I'm going to do is secret police. And where's that building? What we're looking for is, I can't remember what it's called. There it is. There. This has got a workforce of 30. What is the in-game one? That's the secret place. Yeah. Now what I'm looking to build here is a really historic looking town with the town centre. So I'm going to put the secret police just about there. Now I am going to put in police station. This one goes this way, doesn't it? We could put that opposite, and then that will leave a little space there. Now we've got to get in garbage collection as well, haven't we? So we've got to think of that. Actually, let's look at hospitals. What's the road on here? I don't want a modern looking hospital. I want something that will look well, this one's actually got 2 entrances, which we might be able to turn to our advantage. So say for example, if I put that will come in about there. Now if we go back to the prison, because we are going to need to think about a police station. It's kind of No, no, okay, we're not going to get away with it. So what I'm going to do is actually what am I doing? Not thinking. It's a very warm day here at the moment in the UK. We're having a our summer in reverse. It's been a very odd couple of months because we effectively what we've had. I'm just going to try and leave enough space for a garbage pickup. In fact, let's just see if I can put one in. Say we can put one in really close in to there. I know the garbage. No, it's going to ruin the city centre, isn't it? Yeah, as I was saying, August was cold and almost felt like September. Now we're in September. It's we're in a situation now where I've just had a thought. If I put you that side like that, yeah, and September actually now feels like August, whereas we're actually having a heat wave. So we got secret police. That's it. Yeah, and then I want a shopping mall, but I could put in this one here. We could put you in about like that, and you could come in this way. But this doesn't actually have a what we call it on it, any factory accesses. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll go back to my favorite shopping. We'll put you on this corner here like that. I think this one we can put a road connection in like that, and then what we'll do is we'll put the 5-story pharmacy just about like that, and then that will leave us a fairly open area to do something with, to create a bit of an effect of a square, and maybe we can put a more garbage connection in there. No, maybe let's do something a little bit different. Okay, another change. Sorry about this. I'm gonna actually do something like that. We'll put you about there. That. And then we're going to take that road out like that. Connect it just behind. So the hospital's in fairly tight to this circular area here. And then what we might do is just make sure that we get a footpath. Yeah. So then we'll put a kind of web of footpaths here. So what we've got here is we've got the secret police, we've got the ordinary police, we've got our shopping mall there, and we've got space here to put in a store for backup, but we'll come back to that. What I want to do now is put in some housing going up towards the cathedral. In fact, we could put some housing around the outside and kind of build up in rings. Let me just see. Residential. Now the look I'm thinking for here is something old. I don't want it to look new. Maybe if we start with, this is 155 workers. See what else we got. We've got another corner house here. We could actually that would fit quite nice. So we could get a house here, and then maybe another one just behind like that. Okay, and then we'll flip that like that. Ah, I'm cutting off these, aren't I? Okay, bit of a mistake there, but and then we'll put another one just there, so it comes in. It's not square. Remove that. Remove you. I want to leave that segment empty. Maybe we'll make that into a service area with maybe a cinema, and then we're back to the mods. Where is it? Clicked wrong. Press on that. You can get it in line with that. If I can bring that out about there. Remove that road there because it's picked up that node in the center. Move you. Move the node there. Remove you. Go back to the manpower house. Apologies, I'm normally a little bit more prepared than this, but I was kind of half hoping just to kind of wing this a little bit, so that because I was trying to not kind of stick rigidly to the grid. So I want the place to look old, with old style buildings, and have that slightly kind of chaotic approach to it. And then we got that one there. So we got this building here, then we can put another one just there like that. Just, and we got plenty of space there. And then that will push out to the potential for the schools. So we got a corner house there, a corner house there, and actually what we got here, these are the corner houses. These are 285 each. So if I don't want to put a road, well, we could put a road between it, couldn't we? We just I want a reasonable wide. I want to create a kind of boulevard effect. So say, but this one doesn't. I've just had a thought. We can make this look a little bit more elegant and a little bit more tidy. If I put you about there. That can go there like that. Then we can leave those roads there. Actually, no, what we can do is there like that. And then come and kind of connect to there. You can go across like that. You can come down here. We can get a 90-degree Angle, it's 91. 689. Close. You can come to there. And what that does is that leaves a little bit of space on the corners here. Because of course we've got to put in education. So that, I mean the average size of these houses is, what's it? Say 300. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 21, 2400. And what we can do, and then we can put in some various forms of entertainment. Let's just get rid of that. And then I'm kind of wondering, we can't, actually no, I think I want to create a little bit of a square up here eventually. So we've got the store, the secret police, like that. I think if I can get in, see, my instinct is to put something like that in, just, but then that might cut off the footpaths. What else have we got here? See, that looks a bit too modern, though we are in the 1950s. And my instinct is to put in smaller buildings that are more in keeping to what these historic buildings would be like. We've got a gallery of art. Well, we're gonna need a pub. We need to have purveyors of alcohol. Got a canteen, 3 tons, 7.5 tons. Got an old corner pub here. No. Okay, pub's gonna be a bit of a challenge. I think I've had problems with this old corner pub. Let me just see if I've got any other pubs. What have we got here? Got an old tavern here, which would fit. Old city bar, canteen. Oh, what we got here? Wow, what is this? Maximum number of visitors, 450. That might be a bit over the top. How do you choose a pub for a building here? Oh, actually, this looks quite nice. It doesn't seem to have anything there, so it's probably an outside. It says early European saloon. Early European beer hall. Okay. We put the beer hall in here. How many delivery slots you got? Maybe not many. Karaoke bar. Restaurants. Beer hall. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put the beer hall here. Just put it on this corner in tight, maybe with a slight angle, so that we could, because what we can do then is possibly connect it up to a small storage capacity here. What we're looking for, nothing too big. You've got a Tudor warehouse here. Would that fit in with what's going on? We could put that there. We could probably put it there, couldn't we? Like that. Put it that way. Like that. Yeah, I think that will work. I mean, it will look slightly, I mean, it will look in keeping with the buildings because it looked like it's been there for a long time. And then what we can do is put in a cargo drop off, say about there, like that. And then but we can come out like that, and then you can come to there, and then that will leave a little slot here for what we could do is put in, actually, yeah, now we've got that built and that doesn't need a footpath connection. What we can do now is I'm going to try and push this in as close to this as possible, slightly further forward. This is an old opera house when we can, and what we can do then is put in a small kindergarten right next to it. What I'm trying to do is create a row of houses here. We've got an opera house, a kindergarten, and private school. We'll just tuck that in. So what we'll get is a row of buildings here, which will service this side. So instead, rather than having a big modern flat roof building, we'll have that there. So, right, I think I feel that I need to go back and see what's going on the map now. Because one of the downsides of planning large areas like this is you can get a little bit wrapped up. Because, of course, we're going to need to put water and sewage. Sewage is going to be a bit of a challenge because the actual disposal is going to be down here, which is going to be quite a long way away, but it is downhill. Right, I'm going to build the gas station so we can tidy up this area. How are we doing it over here, game? Okay, so now getting gravel flowing into there, and that means that, where's my construction offices? Game, so a quick. Only 2 pickup points, but that's okay. We've got 202 rubles. We're now running into the 3rd of October. Quite surprised actually, but one thing is to see what level of food we've got. Where's it? Yeah. So we've cleared that field. We cleared this field. But you can see the fertility is now down to 22%. This one's 41.99%. This is still 150. So the medium field is, it's almost like you get to, this is 53%. Looks like we're even starting to harvest out these fields here. 30%. So we're losing fertility. So it means that our harvest, general harvest, is getting worse, but we got 2,472 tons of crops in there. We've got plenty of crops in there. So what I'm going to do is just keep this system possibly into 1960. If we got to import crops, we'll import crops. I just want to see how this cycle works and how much these actually recover and whether we can keep going. Because of course this field will only produce 50% crops, and then that will have an effect. I think we can get our road crew on that to see what is our road crew currently working on. I think we can put this guy back onto some kind of auto detector. I don't want buildings, I don't want conveyors. Don't want you doing that. Don't want you picking up any of these 5-story buildings. The gas station is okay. Vehicle repair station small. Where's that then? Oh, that's, don't want you building that either. Okay, that's good enough. Hopefully what this guy will start to do is build out the roads in this direction. So he's picked up these here. It's going to be very interesting to see how they build the one-way roads here. Because we may have to, because I'm not sure whether, if this is designated a one-way road, whether the construction crews are allowed to go up that way. We got here. That's been picked up. That's been picked up. Yeah, I'm quite happy for them to push out that way. And that way. That's got asphalt on it. That's painful. Suspend. Where are you? Suspend that one for the moment. I just want the traffic, I want them to push out this way so we can get things out here. Now the question is going to be, or not to be, is whether we can, I mean, we're going to need a lot of sewage down to here. So what we're going to need to do is push a road down. I mean, it's going to be a very, very long way. We've got a hill in the way as well. That's going to be fun. Let me just do a bit of planning for the sewage outfall. We put a sewage switch in about there. Actually, I'm a bit inclined to put a sewage switch about there. And then another one probably about here. That's good. Could be in the way of the rail. No, the railway will be here. And we can expand out this way. The reason I want to put another sewage switch in here, because I don't know whether we're going to have industry here. So I'm kind of thinking that I want to run a pipeline from here. Where's the... So you can come from there to there. And then what we'll do is put a sewage discharge. Let's get rid of the consoles. And you can come there, back underneath. And then, is that a medium sewage pipe? If that's a medium, it's no good. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna have to check that. I don't want... Right, I think you can come there. I'm gonna redo this pipe. Make sure this is big. You lost that. There it is. Nope. Cancel. Again. Okay, that is now connected to there. That gives us the sewage run all the way down to there. But we're not too worried about building it just at the moment. But that will give us the sewage drainage from our main town here. and the option to add extra pipes should we need it. Okay, so we've sorted the drainage out, or the first step of the drainage. The next thing we need to think about is water supply. I think my temptation is that we're not going to go too far this way. And so what we're looking at is a water supply. We've got a little bit of a rise here, and the town will probably grow out that way. And plus we might need to supply water down into this area. So, and of course we're going to need a water purification plant. Question. The source of gravel for water purification is over there. Right, I think what we're going to do is actually put, because the town won't, I don't want the town to come down too close to this motorway junction. So I think what we'll do is groundwater filtration plant. I think what I want here, I think we'll plan the water filtration plant first. Water treatment. We want something with quite a lot of capacity. This is 60 cubic meters. What's the one that I was using in the 7 points? What was the one I was using in the 3 Rivers series? Let me just see. It uses 120. I'm sure there was, I had one that this uses chemicals. I don't want to start using chemicals just yet, unless I have to. Water treatment big. This is 390. But this requires chemicals. This 20, 20, 20. I'm sure there was one that used coal. I think this is, maybe this is the one. Okay, we're going to put, there's a road coming off there, but that's going to be a one-way highway, so that's going to be a one-way highway. So what we're going to need to do is possibly put the water treatment plant about here, where the road goes two-way. So we'll put the water treatment plant in here. I think this is the one. It just uses coal. Okay. Put the water treatment plant there. That can go out and connect to there. And then this is going to be shipping, what was it, 100 and... forgotten already. Going to need 120 cubic meters of water. So a small water well is 70. I think because the town's going to grow, we're going to use small water wells, 2 of them. So we can put this 94% water. And this has got, so we'll put 2 small water wells facing each other like that. And you can be connected by a road. That. Question is, oh, here comes the snow. Question is, I think we're full pump substation. What we'll do is we'll put in a large pump here. This ship 127. What's the output of a small water well. 70. No, we're going to have to stay large. And you two can go in there. And you can come to there. And then we'll just hook that up there. And then a bench. What we're going to need to do is come out here. And what I'm going to do here is something I don't normally do, but I feel that we might need a bit more stable water supply. Oops, we got a fire. And so we're going to pump into a water tower. A bit worried about where that fire is. We could be in trouble here. Oh no, no. Here comes the boys. We need more. Yep, it's done, but it was a little bit shaky. Right, what we want to do now is add this gas station to there, 30%. Yep. Free gas station. I think you're at the top. It's this one, just make sure that's the only one. 3-point gas. No, see, it's not the one. Okay. So let's remove you. I want this one to take over, but I'm not going to waste the fuel, so we're just going to use that fuel up from the get-go. Right, happiness is 74%. I think maybe it's about time. We're now in the winter. We do need to run a little bit of a health check. The trash looks good. Okay, we're going to need to think about more homes. So I think we need to get that there, because I think, yeah, these are full up. This one's filling up. So I don't think we've got any more accommodation. Where's it? 3 flats. None in there, 1 in there. No, we're accommodation now. This means we're probably getting over 21s. Not quite yet, but we're close. So we do need to start building the accommodation up here. Got 205,000, which is looking good. Right, we've now got our truck pickup. Okay, so we've now we're now on December. That's came out 53%. That's still at 50%. So these didn't lose any fertility there. That's 10%. That's going to be bad news. That's 43%. That's 12%. That's 51%. You're still at 150. So we kind of get 2 years, 39%. So things are looking a bit dire, but we've still got. Should be getting a little bit of fertilizer decomposing in here. Looks like we're getting a bit more compost coming in here now, which means that this is not reaching the 30% now, which is a potential issue. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we need to. This should be our final time that we allocate to there, and you to Why is that not allocated? I cancel that one. Maybe I cancelled the wrong road. Hold up. We don't need that allocated, do we? It's this one we're pushing out here. Okay. Looks like the road crew needs a little bit of an assist. So you on there. And also there. Put you. If we can get these little bit of sections done. Oops, what's this? Okay, we've got a problem. Yeah, we're gonna have to now watch this very, very carefully, because what's happening is that the winter's here, and this trucks here were sucking away all the logs, which is a bit of a mistake I made, but so that's 10%. So that means we need to get 33 tons. So that means our bitumen production will stop, which means we're going to run out of money. We will be okay for boards, but we'll stop our boards exports temporarily as well. Have I done the research? Let me just check. Okay. I think what I want to do is change the research. I know here we're going to go to forest study. The reason for that is just to show you is that if we go to forest study, we can get wood cutting planting policy. What that will mean is that I won't have to worry about putting down trees anymore, which I probably need to do. And I've just realised that I'm going over time on this video again, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I'll do is play through until about the end of February, get us out this winter, and then in the next part we'll carry on our focus on planning our new town, see if we can push through our energy here. We're probably going to need to do something about our wood cutting, maybe get some more workers into here. So we're actually starting to build the logs back up. So I think we've subverted our crisis. I don't know what the heating was like. Just a quick check of that. Where is it? Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah. So it wasn't, well, I'd caught it just at the right time before we lost any population. So we got just about 1,798. So we're in a good condition, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.